Hey Mia, what's your favorite ride at Kings Island?
I don't know.
Welcome to the very first episode of Park Pals. My name's Joel and this is Mia, and we love anything that has to do with theme parks and themed attractions.
We'll talk about anything from theories, from the news, from the industry, and even some speculations of stuff that we would want, even if it's kind of unlikely to happen, but we would just
we want it.
We want it.
We want it.
And sometimes we also do ranking videos like this one.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So we grew up in Ohio. It's a somewhat magical state. It's got corn, snow, which we're not the biggest fan of. But what it does have is Kings Island. And in honor of our childhood park, we thought what better way is there to start with our first episode than by ranking every single ride.
So let's do that. Before we start, let's lay down some guidelines. We're going to be ranking every ride, and we mean every ride.
Except the Eiffel Tower, because let's face it, that's not a ride. It's an
elevator.
It's a great icon, but it's an elevator.
It's just an elevator.
I'm not counting that as a ride. We're also not going to include any rides that include an upcharge. So no yo-yo or hot dog flying. What is it actually called?
Extreme Sky Flyer.
Extreme Sky Flyer. We always call it
the
hot dog. Because you're in a hot dog bun. I mean,
yes.
Look at it. Yeah.
Encased
in a hot dog.
This does mean that we're including any ride that any adult by themselves can ride. So some of the kiddie rides do count.
Yes, we're going to be including the kiddie rides.
Why? What have children ever done for me?
This is because we're going to be giving every ride a score on our tier list. And as we continue to rank other parks around the world, we'll eventually be able to see how all of these parks compare to each other.
And lastly, just to keep in mind, it is a tier list. And we have opinions. We like some rides better than other rides, and you gotta deal with that.
Yeah, but also feel free to roast us for our opinions in the comments. I appreciate that. So without any further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna start with the Burn It Down tier.
Yes. It is doing a disservice to the park. It is causing pain and strife by existing.
And I'll say there aren't many rides that are like this because in most cases something is better than nothing.
Yeah, that's true. But
there are those rare occasions.
And I am sad to say that Kings Island does in fact have one ride that I feel should be in this category. I don't like this ride. And it is Snoopys Junction. The stupidest ride ever. I hate it. There are like 4 other rides at Kings Island that does the exact same thing. The antique cars.
Oh, yeah.
The other little kid cars where you drive, like, you know, the little ones.
Yeah, I mean, they have a big train, too.
They cram you into this little tiny train with, like, 5 people, and you're just sitting like this. You're crammed in there, and it is the slowest, most boring ride around this little patch of grass. And it's so boring. And it's taking up a lot of land that it could be used for better things, Joel. I don't like this ride.
Up next, we have our next tier, Not Even for a Walk-On. These are rides that we just don't really care about. Like, they're not harming anybody, but even if there's no line, we're probably just going to walk right past them.
There's a lot other things to do that are a lot better.
Honestly, the biggest surprise when doing some research and looking at all of the rides and all the kiddie rides is that there are a lot of them that we're actually able to ride, which was pretty surprising for me. So if you want to ride something like Sally's Seaplane, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You can do it.
I don't have a lot to say about Sally's Seaplane. It spins. It's fine.
It sure exists,
It
is
exists.
what I'm going to say about it. So up next, we have Snoopy's Space Buggies. Where are these?
Right
Here
there.
they are, right there. Snoopy's Space Buggies. We're going to put them there. And again, it's exactly what you see.
Yep.
It's the exact same thing you'll find at Disney with the Dumbos. And
Except smaller.
Except maybe a little smaller.
It's a little
but
small.
Next, we have what might surprise some people, but probably not. The Grand Carousel.
It's kind of boring, but I understand why you gotta have one.
I don't think I've ever ridden it actually.
Really?
In all my, I don't think I've ridden it once.
Wow. I've ridden it like I think 4 times.
Good for you.
Good for me.
Did you enjoy your experience?
It was a little boring.
Up next, we have the monster.
Which
Where
may
is it?
surprise
There it is.
some. But
I mean, it's a classic ride to the park.
But it kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. Well, it's just never worth the wait because it always has such a long line because the capacity is just so bad.
It's
Coney
the
Mall.
weakest of all the Coney Mall flat rides, I
Yeah.
think. And, you know, nothing really bad to say about it.
It's just that
I'm probably just going to walk
capacity's
by
bad.
it.
Next, we have the King's Mill Antique Autos, which is kind of a new one. It's a classic returning, but it's kind of boring, not gonna lie. Even as a kid, I didn't like antique autos. Like, they were just so slow, and there's nothing really happening. It's pretty.
I mean, it's Snoopy's Junction, but for adults.
And there's more. It's not as uncomfortable as Snoopy's Junction.
You do get more room.
And it has a prettier garden.
It does have a nice garden to
Yes.
look at. And it is classic.
It's classic.
I appreciate that. But I still probably won't ride it,
Probably
if I'm being
not.
honest. I enjoy that it's there, though. I'm fine with it being
I'm
there.
fine
I'm just
with
not
it.
going to ride it.
Yeah.
Next on our list, we have the Woodstock Whirlybirds.
It's like Snoopy Junction, but it's better.
I mean, it's in the sky.
It's in the
Which,
sky,
that
it's
makes
better.
anything better. Yeah, I do have a memory, though, when we were there, my cousin and I, we went up into it, and we would just, like, talk to some of the employees who were, like, scooping up popcorn down below. And I think they enjoyed it. Either
Yeah,
that or they
yeah.
hated us. I couldn't tell. But
How many times did you go on it?
that was, like, the only time I went on it. Is it really any different than the People Mover, though, at Disney? Well, I guess a little bit.
It's a little different.
It's a little different than the People Mover.
It's a
You're
discount
right.
People Mover.
Discount People Mover. Up next, we have the Great Pumpkin Coaster, or as I remember it, the Little Bill Coaster.
No, it's a little bit Giggle Coaster, Joel.
Yeah,
Come on,
sorry,
get
Little
that
Bill.
straight.
You've been canceled.
Oh no.
Biggest bonus of this ride, it's a free credit.
Free credit.
It is a coaster. Now, it does remind me of that one coaster in SpongeBob, you know, where they're going and it like goes up just a little bit.
Yeah,
And
but hey, for a lot of people out there, it's their first coaster, and I give that respect.
and you get to go around it
Twice.
not once, twice.
Twice. It's always a
Which,
bonus.
you know,
It's a bonus.
it's just like the Beast. It has 2 lift hills. And finally, for our last ride of not even a walk-on tier, we have the Woodstock Gliders.
I mean, they're fine. They're classic, and I do like the, I do like the idea.
Why wouldn't it move?
I do like the idea that you get to control it a little bit.
Any ride that you can have some
Control.
kind of freedom or control to do what you want to do is going to be fun. But again, yeah, I'm probably just going to keep walking if I see it has no line.
Yeah.
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 You know.
Speaking of which, here are some rides that we would walk on.
Ooh. The train. The KI Miami Railroad.
Classic. Once
Classic.
again, it gets you to the water park. It gives you nice views of Diamondback, and there's even some weird ghost town stuff they put up that has a bunch of geese poop on it, but who cares? It's a good view.
Up next, we have the kite-eating tree, formerly known as Plankton's Plunge.
Plunge.
And I'm a sucker
For dropping.
for dropping.
And-
Any ride that has falling is just, it's going up on my list a little bit.
And it's always fun to hear children scream.
Up next, we have Dodge 'em. There they are. Classic bumper cars.
It's a fun ride, but it's always just a little too short, not gonna lie.
That is the biggest problem with bumper cars. This is right when you get going and you're about to nail your friend in the side.
It stops.
But then there's always that one kid who's like stuck.
I always get stuck!
Oh, that's you.
I always get stuck in traffic. Next up, we have the Viking ship, known as Viking's Fury, which is kind of just less of a ride and more of a screaming competition.
It does give you airtime.
It does give you airtime.
It does give you airtime.
It's just a bar!
I know they have them, but they should have one that goes all the way around, but with just the bar. The centripetal force will keep you in. You'll stay in if
Yeah.
it goes fast enough. You know where I've seen that before?
What?
Literally, Jimmy Neutron, the movie. That's how they
Yes.
launched
That's
into
how they
space.
launched. I would go on that one.
Anyway, up next we have Zephyr. There it is. Classic swings. you know.
They play games on it, which is fun.
They do play Simon Says, which is fun. I did freak my grandma out on it once. I was leaning out too far, as you do, as a little child who is thrill-seeking, I suppose.
Yes.
But I was kind of leaning out, and my grandma afterwards was like, "Don't do it again." And I'm like,
Oh.
"Okay." And I think we went and rode Flight of Fear. Or just
With
me.
Grandma?
No, not with Grandma. No.
Wow.
She could do it.
She could.
Anyone could.
Anyone could.
Anyone can cook. Anyone can ride
Ride
Flight of Fear. Up next, we have Linus's Launcher, which, let's be honest, it's Firehawk in a flat ride. Discount Firehawk.
Yeah.
But since we don't have Firehawk anymore, you got to get your flying coaster fix somewhere. So if it's a walk-on and I'm walking by Linus's Launcher, I'm getting on it. We're going to lump these next two ones together because they're both more Coney Island flat rides. We're going to put the Scrambler and Shake, Rattle, and Roll together.
I mean, I would probably put Shake, Rattle, and Roll above Scrambler just because you have the leaves that you can try to grab that they always yell at you for grabbing, but it's come on, you can't put the tree right there and expect me not to try to grab it.
Both of these are flat rides, but
They're
they're solid flat rides that are fun. If they're a walk-on and I'm walking by it, I'll go on it.
Yeah.
Scrambler, you know, crushing your friends is always a blast.
Yep. Before they put the rule in place that like the lightest rider has to go on the side that doesn't get crushed, my dad will always be like, "Okay, Mia, you sit on the inside, and then trust me, this will make it a better ride.
It'll make it a better ride experience for you, and he'll just annihilate you."
He did annihilate me.
Up next, we have Surf Dog. You know, another flat ride, but you know this one's a fun one.
It's a fun one.
Anyways.
The theming, I mean, I didn't have like a lot of theming, but like the theming on it was like pretty good.
Back
as
with Avatar?
It
Yeah.
was pretty good.
I mean, it had a big ang on it,
Yeah.
which was, come
mean,
on.
any ride.
What do you need other than
if you
a giant
have a
ang?
big ang on your ride, it automatically increases it by a point.
Next, we have what Mia considers to be her favorite ride in Kings Island, although she would not feel good ranking it any higher than this.
Flying Ace Aerial Chase. For what it is, baby's first suspended coaster, pretty good. But it kind of hurts, not gonna lie.
Pretty good, but you may break your neck doing it. And speaking of breaking necks, we're going to put in Vertigo up here. Yeah, there we go.
I don't like in Vertigo. It hurts. The idea of facing the other person is a cool thing. I would always do like straight face competitions while trying to make the other person laugh. But it also can bite you in the butt because it was one time I went on it and the person facing me was like about to throw up and I was just like, no.
Windseeker.
The music makes it better. The How to Train Your Dragon music and sometimes plays Harry Potter music. It gives nice views. If it's hot, it gives a nice. It seeks the wind, but it cannot be opened in the wind.
But it is a nice ride when you're up there. If you time it with the fireworks, where it's usually a walk-on during the fireworks anyway.
It's nice.
That's always a good time.
It's always a good time.
Speaking of a good time, Bridge the Ride.
Bridge the Ride. Congo
Yes.
Falls. It, once again, just having it just be a bar, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That makes it fun.
But the bridge, it brings it up
Yeah.
a whole nother level.
You see a little kid up on the bridge not knowing what's going to come, and then they just wipe out. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
That's always fun.
Mia,
Yes.
we have a little beef
We do
on this next ride.
I do have some beef.
I really enjoy this next, well,
Do you now? Do you really enjoy this ride? Do you?
I enjoy this ride so much, Mia. Adventure Express.
This is a stupid ride.
Maybe I'm just really easy to please, but when I go into that tunnel and there are the guys going boom, 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 that's all I need to enjoy my ride experience.
Okay, but here's the thing.
That's all I need.
Here's the thing.
That is all I need.
Here's the thing about that last lift hill. It's building up so much. Those dudes banging on the drums.
Yeah, they're epic.
They're epic, but
Yeah.
you expect something epic after that. But then you get like a 2-foot drop into the station, which is like the most disappointing thing ever. Not to mention that the rest of the ride is kind of boring.
I am a simple guy. I see Bomb Bomb, I am happy. Mia wanted to put this ride lower, but I fought for it.
I would rather run in Vertigo and Windseeker and Congo Falls and Flying Ace Aerial Chase and Surf Dog and Shake Round and Roll and Scrambler and Linus Launcher and Zephyr and Viking Fury and the bumper cars and the kite eating tree and the train and the Woodstock Whirly.
Really? You would put it in not even for a walk? You're not even going to walk on
Okay,
it.
fine. I'll put it at the bottom for a walk on. Here's the thing. If they put the bombs in the first lift hill, this would be a different conversation. But it's just the anticlimactic bombs into the station.
Yeah, everything's building up to the bomb.
No!
The bombs are the center of the universe. If you dig down and you go to the Earth's core, you're gonna find bomb guy. He's gonna be there, and he'll be like, "I was waiting for you," just like I was waiting for you at the end of Adventure Express.
Okay, fine. It can go there. Fine.
Yes.
But I'm not.
There we
Oh,
go.
no.
Moving on.
I did not agree to that.
Moving on, we have Boo Blasters.
It's a good time.
Competition's always fun. Shooting rides, shooting dark rides. I mean, there's always the challenge of not being able to hit anything or know what you're hitting in a shooting dark ride.
It's a crapshoot.
Especially the ones with the lasers like this. But hey, I mean, it's fun. Up next, we have Woodstock Express.
Okay. For a kiddie coaster, it's pretty good. In the back row, it's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You get airtime.
Yeah, for a lot of for a lot of little kids, it's their first like classic wooden coaster.
Yeah. So
And that's exactly what it is. It's a classic wooden coaster. It's blue.
it's a park original.
I like blue. Simple guy. I see bomb. I'm happy. I see blue. I'm happy. Maybe I should put a Vertigo higher.
No.
It's blue. It's the same color as the blue ice cream at Kings Island. Up next, we have the Bat.
The Bat.
Man.
I'm not gonna
Not
lie.
Batman the ride.
Not Batman the ride.
We do not have Batman the ride. We have the Bat.
The ride.
The ride.
Honestly,
Formerly Top Gun
in Flight Deck.
and Flight Deck.
I kind of always forget it's back there, but when I do remember it, I'm like, hey, I'll do that.
Yeah, so it's a little forgettable.
Yeah.
Mostly, not even for the ride itself, but for where it is in the park. It's way
just-
in the back. You have to pass the hot dog.
And Son of Beast,
And-
the station.
And the old station of Son of Beast. You have to go all the way back there just to get to it.
It's fun.
I really like the end where they swing like this, and it's like, and the sound it makes. I will say, I think I liked it more when the Son of Beast was still there, because it would swing and it would like almost hit the side
like
of
a
the
near
Son of
miss.
Beast. And I think that's actually how they demolished the Son of Beast, is they just swung. They moved the bat just a little more, and it swung into
They
it.
actually demolished the bat first, moved it 6 inches to the right.
They moved the bat 6 inches to the right, and the Son of Beast,
It had no chance.
it had no chance. Hey everyone, we realized we have a lot to say about these rides, so we're going to switch this and turn it into a 2-part video.
Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what you think of the bombs on Adventure Express. Make sure to bomb that like button, and if you want, share it with your friends. That would be much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks for watching the first episode. We'll see you next week. Woo!